So I'm here at Mr. Robinson's Barbershop here in Rugby. I'm just going to have a quick interview with Matt to find out where his journey in barbering began, and we're going to go from there. So Matt, tell me, where exactly was it you started in barbering? What was your inspiration and motivation to become a barber?
When I was a kid, where we grew up in Brownsover, there was one West Indian barbershop. It was the only barbershop of its kind in the town, and it was just happened to be my neighbour's kitchen. Leroy, Anne, Hyacinth, Scott, Jamo. It captivated me from an early age, man. And I used to hang around with their son Craig, and that's all we ever saw. Clippers and people coming round, people relaxed. Just the whole, it was so new and so different, so out of the norm, so unordinary.
So it was basically brought together in kind of like a friend's atmosphere, and you'd bounce off of one another and learn off of one another.
So relaxed. I've never seen like people come together like that in any other environment I've ever been in. It's so relaxed. You know? I think that's why we're doing what we do here, the way we do what we do here, because of, you know, I wanted to take it back to my past.
Okay.
That community atmosphere where like people were coming in, they were eating, and it was like, Leroy, fix up a little fade on my sides, please. And you know, there was no minority barbershops in the town. They were all run of the mill, you know, wooden slats on the tops of the chairs, one haircut barbershops, and there was no different. And all the people that I grew up around wanted Leroy or Scott or those guys to do it. It was just a place to be.
Okay.
It captivated me. It totally buzzed me out, literally.
And tell me about the inception of this shop itself, because you've only been here, what, 2-3 years? 2.5 years now, and when things came to an abrupt end at my last place, what we needed to do, or what I needed to do, is I had to go and earn a living. That's how I was feeding my family, was cutting hair. And I went home, I started cutting out of my kitchen, like some people do, and I noticed that people were still coming round. I was doing 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 haircuts a day out of my front room, out of my kitchen. But the environment took me back to Brownsover. And then it was like, this is what needs to happen. We need to stop being this generic mould of what a barber was supposed to be, or just did. And be there for each other, and you know. This place now is like a front room. That's what I wanted it to be. Just like come around, chill out, watch some telly, talk. We try not to get everybody eating food in here, but it does happen. We give out tea and coffee, just relaxed, no rush up environment. Everybody's on the same. We get to see everybody for who they are. And likewise, it's nice. So Matt, tell me a little bit about the shop's interior. Because you've got quite a bit going on. You've got lots of boxing memorabilia here. You've got the garage, tool cases, TV, boxing. Tell me.
Again, it was all part of going back home and going back to that environment. Also meant just sort of trying to be like what my house is. You know, the toolboxes. That was like 3 years ago. I noticed tattoo parlours, because I'm covered in ink, and it was like, I just loved the way everything was so neat and so clean and so tidy. I thought I've got to have one of those. So we stuck them up on the walls. They're the only floating ones. A lot of places you see have got them now, they're all slipping and sliding all over the floor. We tried to actually make them into a workable unit, which is pretty cool, and it reminds people of being in the shed at home, that kind of escape environment, you know, where people can relax, and it's a manly thing to have a toolbox. You don't even see that in Tony and Guy or anywhere like that, are you? So it was about getting it back to home. Baseball bats, things like that on the wall. That was in my house. That belonged to my brother. It was all about just getting that more relaxed and more chilled environment.
Okay.
You know, the service was profound anyway, because it was just so relaxed. The second you walk in there, you feel like you're at home. Cup of tea waiting, this looks like that could be in your house. Then it spawned off, people started bringing me things. They'd go on holiday and they'd be thinking about, oh yeah, that'd look wicked on the barbershop wall. So we had an artist come in and do some painting, and boxing, because there's a big boxing scene down here, there's a big bare knuckle scene down here, and we're sort of meddled around with that a little bit, and it was about stopping the lads going uptown, boom bombing everybody here and there. It was keep it handsome, mate. If you're gonna fight, fight properly. You know, if you think you're hard, get in the ring, or whatever it was, a pit, whatever it was. But it was about stopping that kind of ruffian attitude, and you know, handsome, dangerously debonair. You know, it was get off the street, stop messing around, and then let's, you know, if you want to go that way, go that way.
Keep it.
Yeah, keep it handsome. Okay. You can get in the ring and you can fight and you can use your energy, you know, that may have started off from a negative, use it in a positive way. Like, you know, where I came from, Brownsover, they always said, you know, can anything good come from Brownsover? Wow.
Yeah, testament.
Here we are, you know, like Christ, can anything good come from Nazareth? Don't cut people off just because of their appearance or their views. Get to know somebody, you know? And again, handsome then became, keep it handsome was like, get that fresh look, stop messing around and take it forward. Take it out of the shop, take it back home with you, spread it. Okay. It was, yeah, you know, powerful, but it all started and stemmed from the laying of hands on people. This whole, can we talk about like the Lions Barber group?
Yeah, no,
that, you know, we live in a digital age, you know, Instagram, all these things. Putting hands on people it's a blessing and it's an opportunity. If this chair could talk, you know, come on, man. We get so many people talking about all sorts of problems and issues. We can be that guy. Lions Barber Group helping, talking about like suicides and that. It's all good. A lot of good can come out of a place like this, Harry. We need to keep moving that forward, man.
I hear you. And tell me a little bit about your air compression system, because you're one of the few barbers, if one of the only barbers I know in the UK with these air compression things. How do they work for you? And
I don't understand how anybody hasn't got an air compressing unit. When it comes to cleaning your equipment, after every time we give a short blast into the air compression, out of the air compression, cleans the kit completely. It's like service in one. You know, if you haven't already, take off the case of your clippers, and it's pretty much a big mess. You know, you need to get some air compression to clean all of that old hair out, a couple of squirts of your lubricants and you know, everything else. I have friends in New York, and it's a big thing in America, the whole cleanliness and the clean environment, and I had to bring that in.
So you got the idea from America?
I got the idea from a friend in New York. I'd seen and we spoke, and he's like, same thing. He's not a barber, just a friend. Okay. He says that their barbershops, cleanliness is a real issue.
Cleanliness before godliness.
Same thing though. If I can't touch somebody's clippers and then get a brush and just brush hair off, what you're doing is you know, passing on DNA to another man from another man to another man. Compression is really the only way forward. And again, it's another manly sort of sound and environment. It's not even quirky because it has a purpose.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, I couldn't be without it now.
And tell me, you recently won Community Investment Award. What was that for?
Yeah, when this place first started, my background, even through the hair things, I'm a part-time minister, and at my church where we get together and we feed people, we run a homeless shelter, and a lot of these things are great, but a lot of them are church initiatives, which is all well and good to the congregation, but if you're not part of the congregation, how do you become involved? And again, another perfect opportunity to bridge a gap between the church and the people in the church, whatever, ordinary people that just want to help, could then get a chance to help. They started coming in and, we weren't even taking money for haircuts, we were taking bagfuls of food. We weren't even taking money, we were taking clothes, because the homeless people around here couldn't afford to get a charity shop to even go in there and buy anything or eat anything. They would come to us. And in the church, we all helped each other. It got noticed, it got a lot of recognition, good thing, because a lot of good came from it. Still does, we still do it. 40 people, 15 a night at the minute, especially through the winter, for Hope 4. Yeah, nice to be recognised.
Okay.
Nice. but it's like an award for breathing. It's helping people is what you're supposed to do. So I kind of felt it was like being awarded for breathing, but it's nice to be recognised. Nice to be got so.
Back to barbering. What kind of cuts are you recognised for in Mr. Robinson's barbershop?
Low fades, sort of prohibition era. We love that slick, 20s, 30s look. Very handsome but rugged, manly cuts. With long hair, scissor work. Yeah, it's slowly coming back. Love it. Not happy to do those. But there's that the Mad Men era for me.
Madman era?
The Madman era. What's his name? The TV program Mad Men. What's the character's name? Awesome. Love that. Broadwalk Empire. That. Yeah. Dangerously debonair. Real knuckle duster carrying, never a hair out of place characters. I can't remember his name now. It's gone out of my head.
So you want it pretty.
Don Draper. That's it. Yes, it is Don Draper, isn't it? Yeah. Sick. I love that look in that era, and we do a lot of that here. Yeah, we do a lot of that here.
Okay.
Yeah, fades, low fades into rockabilly a little bit, which is because we get a lot of the mechanic boys coming in there. Rockabilly scene's big.
And the beards, yeah? You're big on the beards?
Beards, yeah. We that kicked off for us. Yeah, that kicked off for us. With if we can mention like Apothecary 87. Yeah, we do. Apothecary. We became ambassadors for them. Going around the tattoo conventions. Like I said, it wasn't like we were going anywhere that we weren't already going. We didn't become barbers. We are, because it's what we were doing anyway. And then all these industries now, they're like, oh, that's cool. We want to do that. Well, I was like, we're just doing what we already did. It's never changed for us. It's never been anything different. God, barbers, people.
You're the middleman.
Well, yeah, we're kind of a middleman, We are a middleman. We make it handsome. The whole world.
And talking about products, you've got your own range of products that obviously gives off a positive message. Tell me about your own.
We did a collaboration, a massive collaboration with a young independent label called Positive Outlook, and the whole idea was that keep it handsome, keep it positive. The two brands just work so well together. So we brought out a range of t-shirts to again spread that positive message.
And how is the product going?
It's worked really well, especially I think coming up towards Christmas, people are spending money. But we have one t-shirt for me which blew me out of the water. Harvey, the guy from Positive Outlook, came here, had an experience. We all made these t-shirts and jumpers happen. One of the slogans was "Faith drives me," and I was like, "That's kind of on your chest." You know what I mean? You want people to walk around with that on your chest? That's a bit. Is that a bit much? It's our biggest seller. Yeah, people, honestly, they're like, they're out there wearing that branded across their chest.
It's succinct and it hits a chord. You know what I mean? It says what it does on the tin or on the t-shirt.
Exactly, in this case. People really are driven though, and I think if they can see a spark to motivate, then from a spark to a flame. And it just takes that little moment, just to encourage somebody and push them and shush them in the right little way, send them there looking the best as well. It's good.
And what kind of positive plans do you have for 2016 for Mr. Robinson's Barbershop?
Oh, well, wow, just to keep...
aspirations.
My aspiration, just set God above everything, keep being able to do what I do. I'm so grateful for the opportunity to be here. I'd love to work more with the bigger names now, and try and, if they are looking at us the way they are looking at us, then don't stay a stranger. Come and speak to us, because we're willing and we can help, and we can push this whole game from a game, because this is life, and it really has an impact on so many people that we can make it a real positive path for everybody. It ain't just about money, it's about life, He who trusts in only vanity, and no love for humanity will fade away. And if all you want to do all day long is fade, then you will just fade away. You've got to get in with people.
Well, I love those biblical and biblical things mixed together.
Yeah, it's like yeah. God, barbers, people. We're that bridge, you know?
I think we need to get a diagram on the wall to break it down so people say it hits them every time they come in.
It would be good. It would be good.
And
like I said, it's nothing different. It's not like we're trying to be what we're trying to be. Mr. Robinson, I'm Mr. Robinson, yeah, but Mr. Robinson's is made up of so many other people. Tommy, you know, a future star if the world wants to look at him. You know, Freddie, Alice, Arturs, a man from foreign who's come over to this country, you know, who learned his trade cutting in homeless shelters. You know, just out of the goodness of his heart has decided to make that his mission, and that's his way. Tracy, who comes here every day from 30, 40 miles away just to be part of this because she sees the positive opportunities. It's, you know, hairdressing, barbering, whatever it is, you know, it's not about what you take off, it's about what you leave on that makes a good haircut. You know, the same thing, you know, if you leave a good impression on somebody, push things forward.
Okay.
You know?
Talking about pushing forward, you've invested in American tools as you believe that they push you forward.
Yes.
Tell me about your positive forward experience with these.
The Andis changed my game. Completely changed my game. Like after 16, 17 years of using, again, generic clippers that never seemed to do anything other than what they were doing, and doing well, to get something that just shifted me that little bit further, the voltage, whatever, just those tools made a massive impact on my game. It made everything, it simplified everything. Didn't make it easy, but it simplified everything. And that was the impact. And that, you've got to be careful, because it can make some people think that they're better than they actually are. But honestly, if you ain't switched to American, then, you know, it's a bit like I could drive a Mercedes, or I could ride a bike. I'll get there, but I'll take a lift in a Mercedes, you know? And this American switched my game.
And did you try American clippers before?
No.
Obviously finding the frequency 60 hertz?
No.
Right.
There was no means to get it. There was no means to get it. We'd heard of them. My friends in America were telling me all the time. I went to New York. I bought a set of Andis Tea Masters, plugged them in over there, bought them back, thought, yeah, I'll go to Macklin's or wherever it is and I'll go and find something. Could I find anything that didn't sort of sound like they were going to explode? No. I found yourself. And since then, I don't know what I'll do without my fast foods now. I swear to God.
Oh, it's the fast foods and the masters.
The Oster fast feeds, ridiculous kit.
Tell me, because up to now, not everyone's entirely clear on how the fast feed as a pivot motor helps you. Tell me your experience with the fast feed and which situation do you use the fast feed?
The fast feed will go through hair like a hot knife through butter. Thick hair, thin hair, curly hair, straight hair. It's such, the longer teeth, the flatter head, even the weight is right, and that slow moving motor, perfect, because it gives you so much control and there's no, it's all
so
about
you
control.
primarily use it for bulk?
Yeah. Bulk removing, there's nothing else that I've shifted.
And some people as well, a good friend of yours, Champ, he uses it for finish.
Yes, Champ. I've got something for you, Champ, I'm going to send it soon. I'm going to throw that out there.
He uses it for finishing. Do you use it for finishing or purely bulk work?
On the zero, on the Oster fast feed, it will take in, you see like a Boston blowout on the neckline or anything like that, perfect. It will remove bulk, clipper over combing, get the right guards on it, and you can go all the way through, and it's a complete haircut, you know, complete job, one tool wonder. I like finishing off with other tools, but yeah.
Who put you onto that, Mr. Roma?
When we did Download Festival, and the first time I saw a set working, actually physically working, was Frank, and I was like, where did you get those? And he told me, and he went, 6 set of clippers, but if you don't own them, stop. Put down what you've got now and get on larrythebarberman.co.uk and order a set of those clippers. They will up your game. They will also, you know, they're not going to change your game, but they will up your game. That's a better way to say it. You know, because the clippers that are out there now, I'm not knocking nobody what they're doing. You know, you can do what you like, but I know about how they make me feel.
And what would you say, what would be your direct message to other people considering using the Masters or the fast feed or indeed the frequency 60 hertz?
Do it.
Yeah.
Straight do it. Yeah. Just enjoy it. It's good. Change is good. You know? Change is good because you shouldn't stop learning. If you just keep using the same things and the same things, you're in a rut, mate. Switch. Get excited. I pick them fast feeds up now and I know I've got that 100% confidence in my haircut that I'm doing, that I'm going to get the result I need. And it brought back a little bit, you know, more fun to it. Just the control and the confidence. Yeah, I feel good. If you haven't switched, switch. See for yourself.
Okay, speaking about confidence, listening to you speak with authority. I'm not sure if it's the ministry and teaching.
Yeah, probably.
But have you got any intentions in the future to educate? Because it sounds like there's a strong...
I would love to. I would love to. I don't think it's... If I was educated, and this is me, if I was educated, I'd be a fool. I was inspired, you know, by the Most High himself, okay? Whichever way. And that's where my passion comes from. Now, if you can put that passion into somebody, great.